Alright guys, wanted to show you the car at idle. Okay, she's running just fine. Of course it's a manual transmission. There's nothing better than a rotary engine with a manual transmission. I don't know why Mazda would ever make these things automatic, but they did. But at least with this beauty, they never did. Okay, there's the motor running. You can hear it purring just fine. Okay, we're just going to take it for a little ride and let you hear the motor and hopefully enjoy what you see enough to be able to buy it. So, all right, let me get in the car and strap on the seatbelt. Set the camera down for just a second. My apologies. Okay, so I'm going to attempt the crazy here. Try and drive a manual and film at the same time. So, all right, here we go. Sorry about the bump there, just hit a manhole cover. You can hear it shift, absolutely no problem as we cruise through the neighborhood. Nice, beautiful neighborhood here in Colorado Springs. Okay. As soon as I get out on an open road here, guys, I'll crank up the radio. We'll check out a few things and we'll let you see that everything is perfectly functional on this 1984 RX7 GSL-SE with 51,628 miles as I reach this stop sign. So let me drop it in the first real quick. Okay, come around the corner. I apologize. It's taking a little long, but you get the scenic route through my neighborhood, I suppose. Alright, I'll stop here for a second. I'll show you that the windshield wipers work. No hesitation. And I'll point you to the rear view mirror because I'm going to click on the rear. You can see that thing's working. Okay. I showed you this little switch over here. This is a headlight pop-up so you can clean and change the headlights without turning them on, so that works. Emergency signal works. Blinking, you see one light there, two lights. Okay, I will turn on the rear defroster. You see it came on right there. Okay, flip the headlights on. See they pop up there. All right, crank the radio on. That noise you hear back there is the antenna going up. Turn the volume up. Back savings up to $100 on the latest Kenwood player with iPhone. Okay.
Other guys, legendary classic rock.
Alright. Okay, it's got the little joystick here. One thing I will say is that speakers on the right and front work. Left. The speakers work. But there's no sound coming out. I checked the connection for both. They are fine. I suspect that there's a cross wire somewhere, so I'm going to fully disclose that to you so that there's no surprises. But how hard is it to rewire a stereo? Not too hard. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a right-hand turn here on this road, and I'm going to blow this engine wide open, okay, so you guys can hear it. And we'll hit the limiter. The little warning time that comes on, it hits at 7,000 RPM. So here we go. Sorry, I had to watch out for the car there. Okay, here we are at 60 miles an hour in third gear. Really tall gears in this Mazda. They did a nice job with this transmission. I mean, you can ride these gears for a very, very long period of time without any worry to your motor. We'll do it again here. See how fast she's already up to 50 miles an hour? I think she was rated 0 to 60 in about 8.5 seconds. Typical for these cars now. That was good time back then. 0 to 50 in 6 seconds, 0 to 60 in about 8.5 to 9 seconds. So you can see the oil pressure right where it needs to be. That's a critical thing for these Mazdas, for these rotary engines. You have to have good oil pressure. The oil, and that shows you that the oil metering pump works just fine. I also pre-mix with a little 2-stroke oil. Sorry, moving the camera around. You can hear, I mean, she is just running like a champ. All right. Well, what do you think? I mean, she's purring like a little kitten, so for being 30 years old and having 52,000 miles on it, 51,630 right now, there's absolutely nothing to complain about with this car. I've been nothing but pleased with it. And in the interest of full disclosure, the reason I'm selling it, it's a 2-seater car and I've got 6 kids. And so, you know, I'm still trying to raise these kids, and a car this size doesn't make the most ideal sense. But hey, you know, that's my feeling. So other people might think a little bit differently about that, and I certainly respect that. For me, I need to be able to get into something that my kids can enjoy as well, and you know, that sort of stuff. So that's the reason why I'm selling it. I grew up on RX2s and had 3 of those, as a matter of fact. Never had an RX7. I got my hands on one and realized here I am, 43 years old, and you know, I got 4 kids to raise. So maybe I need to part company with her. That's okay, but I can tell you right now, she is an absolute beauty, and whoever drives her, I hope you keep her stock. I hope you keep her as original as possible, but of course that's your call. I've thoroughly enjoyed rotary engines my whole life. There's not a whole lot I don't understand about them. Like I said, I mean, at startup you saw there was no oil blowing through the tailpipe, which would be an indication of worn oil rings. I keep the oil changed regularly. Missed a gear there, sorry. There we go. Tried to jump from 3rd to 5th, should have gone to 4th. Okay, well, I think you're probably getting a little bored with me, but just wanted you to hear the car, hear how it sounds. There's your oil metering system up there, just above 60 psi, just right, or 60 pounds rather, right where it needs to be. Make sure I'm in 1st gear. There we go. Absolutely nothing to complain about with this car. I've enjoyed it. She's clean. Seats are in great shape. You can hear the motor just wind on this thing. Just what a rotary is supposed to do. Too bad Mazda decided they were going to be cowards and back out of the rotary business for a while. There's just something very special about a rotary powered car, whether it's a 2 all the way up to an 8. I guess you could throw the Cosmo in there, the R100, all those other good cars back in the day. So all right, there you have it, folks. We'll go ahead and shut the video off now so I can safely get home, and then hopefully you've enjoyed what the car has to offer, because I certainly have. Okay, thanks.